shit like you for breakfast. Come on, someone's got to finish it.
Does anyone else have any other thoughts about...
There we go!
Does anyone have any other thoughts about this movie? Like, anyone would prove me wrong?
Who is, like, Robert Smigel? He's, like, in every Adam Sandler movie, and I've never seen it.
Jackass!
He's in, like, all of them. He was just, right here. Happy Gilmore says he was IRS agent. And then in Billy Madison, he was the... Hold on.
Do you know the guy?
He was Mr. Oblaski. That name sounds familiar. But he's like, I've seen him, like, in every review we've done. And I've never actually seen him in the movies, though.
Does anyone really want to prove me wrong on why I should like this movie?
Yes, because it's a classic, and I think that this... I disagree that the humor doesn't go with it, because the fact that, like, he's a hockey player, so when he hits that golf ball, it goes crashing into that Asian couple's roof, and he ends up hitting both of them. That humor makes sense there.
No, but I'm saying the story was not as good as the humor.
Well, I think the story was good. It's saying how he wasn't good enough for hockey. He thought he felt that he was good enough, but he wasn't good enough for... The story is how...
Go home, ball!
No, one of my favorite scenes is when he, like, hits the golf ball for the first time and he knocks people out the window. Like, he like, breaks the window and then, like, someone comes falling out the window. Another favorite scene, everyone's gonna hate me for this, I like the scene where, the guy dies. The coach
Jumps?
Yeah.
Really?
Just because it wasn't taken seriously, it was just, like, so funny.
He's the alligator, I got his head. He said, got your hand, but I got his head.
And then he just, like, falls out the window, and I'm like, okay. I knew he was gonna fall out the window somehow, but I wasn't expecting him dying.
I said, no.
Emily, what do you think about this movie in particular?
What's this?
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites.
You say it's your favorite?
Yeah. What? Happy Gilmore? Yeah. It's one of my second. It's my second favorite Adam Sandler movie. First one would be Big Daddy. If I'm saying that.
Yeah, Big Daddy was good.
Yeah.
I think this film was important to his career.
It was Big Daddy was the first Adam Sandler movie I've ever seen, so it was naturally one of my favorites. But let me think. My favorite scene was when he was fighting with Bob Barker. From
The Price is Right.
Man, it's been.
I don't know. I didn't like that scene. I felt like it was really unnecessary.
Yeah, that's right. And that scene fighting each other.
The Bob Barker fight.
That scene is important. If you were to take that out, I wouldn't like the movie as much.
I don't know. I just felt like it was really unnecessary.
I think he did it just because he could get Bob Barker to do it.
Well, no, because the thing is, like, I wasn't sure whether I should be rooting for Adam Sandler's character or to be bored out of my mind or be really entertained, because I think it was supposed to entertain me, but I was like, this is stupid, this is very boring, someone get me out of this mess.
Well,
and I think another thing
I think that's because of golf, wasn't it?
And I think another thing I don't like about the story is the character really doesn't really learn anything. I mean, like, yes, he knows to go back to his coach and actually learn how to play golf, but he doesn't really learn anything as a character.
What do you learn in Grown Ups, Kayla?
Well, it's just like you learn not to lie to people.
The one that you say is like his greatest movie he's ever made, and what does he learn there?
He learned not to lie.
Oh, he didn't?
Yes, he did.
Did he lie in the second one?
The second one, we'll get to the second one.
I didn't watch it. Did he lie in that one?
Well, I'll tell you when we get to the second one.
Exactly. Can I say a nice wrap-up sentence?
Yes, you can.
I think this movie was important in his career, considering it's how, like, it's like the start of his comedy movies.
The
I
foundation.
mean, Billy Madison, I feel, is like really different from all the others. I don't know if anyone agrees
Well,
with me there.
didn't you say Airborne was the start to his career?
Yeah, I
Airheads.
told
No,
you.
Airheads, isn't it? Isn't Airheads? Airheads, he didn't. I don't think he had anything to do with it other than acting. I'm not sure though. We'll get to Airheads. Like I've said, I only watched the first 5 minutes of it and I couldn't take it anymore. But no, I think it was important how it started like what actors he would use in his movies. It was just a good start.
Alright, so let's move on to Chuck and Larry. I saw this movie last night for the first time, and
I saw it like 2 hours ago.
And I was predicting, just from the title, okay, Adam Sandler's gonna play a gay guy. And I was close! He pretends to be a gay guy. And I don't know, I just felt like the gay rights committee is made fun of so much that it really doesn't need this to make a mockery of gay rights in general.
I 100% disagree. First of all, from the cover of the movie, or like the poster, the movie poster, you can tell it's not going to be a gay couple. It's going to be two guys pretending to be gay. It's just obvious right away from the picture. And just Adam Sandler's humor, you would know he's not going to play a gay guy. Second, I don't think it makes a mockery of the gay community in any way. I think it's actually good for the gay community how they show these dramatic points and how they're made fun of and how people don't want to be around them. I think it's actually a good point, or to the gay community.
Well, no, it's just why would you pretend to be gay when you obviously show straight signs? And we talked about this before the show started.
He wanted Chuck to get the rights to his children if he died.
But no, I'm saying, we discussed this before the show started, right before we actually started the Skype call, actually. Why didn't he pretend to be bisexual instead?
I said that, yeah. What? Like when the guy comes in and says, "Who's that in the picture with you?" He says, "It's my wife." He could have said, "Well, I'm bisexual," but he decided to go with, I turned gay after that.
Or why didn't he say that's my sister?
Huh?
Why didn't he say that was my sister?
They could have looked into records to see if that was true. And they probably did, and well, of course they didn't, but it's a movie. But still, I'm saying, if he said it was his sister, he'd be lying, and they could look that up, and they have.
But he was lying. He was gay anyway, so.
Yes, but if he was, you're not getting what I'm saying. Is anyone else here able to explain?
What?
Thanks, guys.
Sorry.
He says that's my sister. They can look up and they'll say, wait a minute. According to our records, Larry, you don't have a sister, and you were married to that woman. Why did you lie to us? But if he just says it was my late wife, oh, look, it was his late wife.
Well, if you noticed through the movie, he still has a strong bond with his wife or whatever. Like, he wouldn't even sleep on her side of the bed or whatever, so he probably wouldn't stay with his sister or anything. But, I don't know, but...
Because then he'd really dig himself a
he
hole.
wouldn't want to say,
what if a friend?
And again, also for the scene where you see Adam Sandler's character Chuck is complimenting the woman across the street, and Larry covers it up by saying he's talking to the mailman.
Mm-hmm.
That could have again easily been explained by he's bisexual.
Yeah.
The entire part of the crossing part of the movie where the women say that they claim to have slept with him, again, bisexual.
I don't know, Bernie. What did you think about this movie?
I thought it was okay. The one big moment that I actually enjoyed was heard in the background.
What?
Because, well, you also in this movie is Kevin James, whom you may know as the King of Queens.
Yeah.
Doug Heffernan.
Yes. And the whole Queens thing is really... There's actually something in Queens that I'm kind of interested in.
The Mets?
The New York Mets, and believe it or not, 2 of the 3 Mets booth members has an IMDb profile. This movie could technically make it a 3rd.
Wait. Yeah.
Seinfeld.
Oh.
Keith Hernandez. Day After Tomorrow in Shallow Hal. Ron Darling.
I'm just getting words. Some of the words are familiar, but they're not fitting together right. Sorry.
Have you seen the movie Shallow Hal?
I'm trying to.
No, I've seen Seinfeld.
Yes, that's Seinfeld too.
How about
What are
The
you
Day
trying to
After
make
Tomorrow?
Nope.
Alright. Then the name Ron Darling means nothing to you.
Nope.
But in the background, in one scene in the background, Kevin James' character is watching a Mets game. And I get to hear Gary Cohen's voice in a movie. Yes!
Emily, what do you think about this movie?
I won't say it's my favorite. I won't call it sad or anything. There was a few funny jokes. It was more or less looking into how people treat, the gay community, and I kind of respect it for, trying to get that light. But I just feel like it didn't do as good a job. I mean,
Yeah,
I learned more.
Bernie,
I
stop
kinda
making
agree
weird
with what
noises.
Bill Brain kind of had to say, but I'm just gonna go with this is a neutral movie for me. I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah, I mean, I
don't
didn't hate it, but it wasn't my favorite. I mean, it was mind-boggling, yes, but it wasn't hateable, if that's a word, actually. But, one thing that really made me very angry is, like, the fact that the love interest is, like, taking off her clothes, even though she thinks that the guy's gay, and it's like, oh, touch my boob, touch my boob. I'm like, was that really
We're going to see that once again. I knew you were going to say that. Yeah. You have to understand, he is Adam Sandler.
I don't care. Alright, let's say I wanted to make a movie and I always discriminated men. Would you get offended by that?
No. If that was your humor, no. I have to accept it. I mean, that's like,
I live with male bashing from my mother and sister. What the hell do you think?
That's like joining a club because you believe in what they believe in, and then telling them you want it changed. It's like you want to become Christian because you don't go through the Jewish ways, but you actually don't like everything that the Christians say. Well, why did you change then?
I don't know. It's just like certain things I do not like in some Sandler films that really just get to me. You may not like that, but I'm a critic. I'm supposed to analyze things.
Well, you're going to say I'm
And
supposed
one
to not
last
like
thing I gotta say, every time one of you guys said the gay community, I just flashed back to another one of the shows I do. Asked and answered. Anytime someone says the gay community, a sound clip is brought up that says, the gay community?
One of my favorite scenes in this movie is the really beginning.
Is that why you kept making weird noises?
Yes, I'm sorry.
I think I said at one point, Bernie, stop making weird noises.
No, but one of my favorite scenes was at the beginning of the movie where, like, there's that really fat guy and they're trying to get him out of bed, and they're trying to get him. And then he farts and when he lands on top of them.
Down in pieces.
Huh?
Like one of the Adam's ideas is like, what if we cut him up, slice him up, and bring him down in pieces?
Oh, what were your guys' favorite part